Yeah, topic will be inflation today. I don't really most of the time pay attention to the Fed because there's no value out there. But this one is actually, it's a pretty big one from what I understand. I saw an interview with Paul Tudor Jones. He said some things to look out for. So we'll see. This Fed meeting seems bigger than the average one. More important than the average one. So we'll see. Obviously setups first. Let's see where the money is gonna go. Again, 99% of the time I kind of ignore what the Fed says. I just, it doesn't pay. What pays is following price action. What pays is the reaction to what the Fed says. You don't even need to know what the Fed is saying. You need to pay attention where the money is going to. And you need to focus on the setups. Overweight CLF is gonna be overweight. Yes, please. I'm waiting. Oh man, the thing about CLF, look at the volume. It's not like it had one day volume spike. It's had consistently high volume since the big breakout. That's interesting. That's something to pay attention to. Imagine catching SPI opening range highs September last year. Imagine buying it here in the mid 420s. and then it goes to almost $47. Holy shit, man. Can I have one trade like that in my life? Actually, I've had trades like that, but that was a long time ago. AXAS, yeah, it could be a setup. Not bad. It's a strong sector. Let's see if it can bounce off the 20-day. I'm gonna use the lows from entry day as my stop. I'm not gonna override it. Tiger pulled back perfectly at 20 yesterday. That's good. That's exactly where it should have found support. Very good. Acting exactly right. EOS, yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty good actually. I love it how it hammered off the 20-day yesterday. I was breaking the range, yeah. AHT is another one of the biggest momentum leaders right now. It probably needs another 3-4 days at least, but this is actually one I can trade. It's that liquid. It had the primary breakout somewhere here. Yeah, here was the primary breakout. Clean breakout on the 60-minute. Or well, not super clean, but pretty good. Wanna watch the Fed? I'd rather end my life than watch the Fed talk. At least CNBCs can be entertaining. At least they're trying to. Watching the Fed talk, it's... Have you guys ever watched the Fed talk? Because anyone who's ever seen the Fed talk, they don't ever want to see it again. SMH, yeah, man, this thing, it's gonna go to 300 plus. AMAT, LRCX, these things are rocket launch pads. Obviously, I trade the sector via Soxol. I'm loaded on this thing. Beyond Meat showing relative strength. Yep. Putting it back on my watch list. Yep, that's what you want to see. Very good. Right back into the range. Tried to dip yesterday and right back into the range. Yeah, it's gonna be a big one. I think the 20-day needs to catch up. Snow, yeah, it's kind of building a flag here too. Not as excited about this one. No. I think Beyond Meat can make a bigger move. But man, this Doku had such great follow through from the EP. Not bad for a large cap. Where were the opening range highs? I mean, it's up like 20%. Yeah. Not a huge move, but for a 3.5 ADR stock, not bad. Look, I want to get stopped out of my AMC short. I want this thing to, take out the highs of the day, close, go to green or whatever, and then break out the 60-50 area, I don't know, tomorrow or whatever, Friday, and then squeeze to 100, 150. That would be my first target before 2 million. Entry 1705. Oh, that's a beautiful one. I like that. Beautiful flag break. 468. Yeah, good level. Let's see, exit 525, 25.5 was the exit. Let's see, 20, wait, I'm sorry, what? Why did you sell it the 25th? Why didn't you trail it? He sold a third on third day, so he sold a third here. Why didn't you trail it with the 10 day? This should have been your exit day. All right, otherwise it was a nice trade, a good setup and everything. Let's see, 1705. Okay, yeah, you know what? Not a traditional setup, but it was one right range break and the whole sector broke out, the oil and gas sector. Not a great setup in itself, but it's a type of setup you can trade, absolutely. Oh, there it is, 241, you entered here, okay. You sold it the same day? You entered too late and didn't like the risk reward. Okay, all right. RFP. 25.5. Let's see, where is it? Not a great setup at all. It was wide and loose. It wasn't an explosive stock. Paper products, you know. No, it wasn't a good setup here. Wide and loose, not nice and tight. ICE, 27.5. Why did you buy it the 27th? I guess you mean the 28th? But again, you know, these types of setups coming out of lows, the focus on flags. These are, you know, they're tough. And you sold it the same day, okay? T-up, another one, you sold it the same day, 27. And again, here we are again. Just some random, you know, like guys, don't buy these, you know, these broken stocks, especially not if they're micro cap. Like they're one and done. There's no institutional support on them. There's no reason for them to go up. Focus on flags. Don't buy broken micro caps. Avoid it. That was the same conclusion we had in the last batch of struggling trader reviews 2 months ago, or a month and a half ago. You know, but people kept buying these broken micro cap stocks. Just avoid. Once they lose the 20, generally you can just ignore them. Let's see, AV 26. Okay. It was a flag, absolutely. A little bit of a flag break. Not maybe a 3-star setup, nothing exceptional. It did work out. But you sold it the same day? Okay. Oh, because it closed weak? Okay, I get it. Which one was I on? Oh, SB 26, right? 26. This type of setup. No, not a good setup. No. It needs to be surfing the 10 and 20. This thing was below, and no, not a good setup. Like this was a good setup, okay? This 5-star setup. It didn't work out, but this is not a good setup. You know, no. It needs to be surfing the moving averages. Higher 3.6. No, not a good setup. What is this? What is this? It's just a random day on a random stock. No, focus on nice and tight. Nice and tight. Needs to be nice and tight. A better setup would have been on this day here. Okay, when it actually broke out of this narrow range. CTXR 7.6. Oh yeah, 7 to June. Okay. Man, these US formats are so illogical. CTXR, it's no, I mean, no, it wasn't really a big momentum stock, and it stopped you out the day after because it wasn't nice and tight. It did end up working though, but that's not the point. MOXC, let's see, 9th of June. Again, not a good setup. Why do you buy it after it? This would have been a better entry, okay? This was like a 3.5-star setup. This is 0 stars. Buying it on this day here is a 0-star setup. Other than that, it was pretty decent. They had a big move, pullback, started surfing the 20. But the entry, this was a fairly good setup. You know, 3.5 stars. Now, obviously, it didn't work out, but let's see, what do we have here? CREX 10.6. Okay, that was a pretty decent setup. Yeah, it's really good. Higher lows, tight range. Just didn't work out yet. But you should still be in it. You should have sold a third to half by now, or today at least. You should do it 1, 2, 3, 4. Or today is actually day 4. Yeah, this thing has still potential. You should still be in it. Are you in it? No, you're not. Why? Why you're not in it? And you didn't give me anything. Oh, there it is. Anticipated a breakout, and even if it was breaking out, the volume was too low. You don't need crazy volume on a breakout. Stocks can go up on low volume too. Volume only matters in EP. 10-6. Oh, absolutely. Like, what's the setup here? Wait, you traded it. What are you doing? You traded it 3 times the same day? There's no setup here. Where's the range? Is it surfing the moving averages? This is just a random day, and you took 3 losses on it that day. That's what happens when you trade random things. WPG. Oh my god, this thing totally died. Let's see, 6th of June. Wait, 6th of June? Where is the 6th of June? Wait. No, the 11th. Damn, these American formats are so stupid. What are you doing? What? Why did you buy it on this day here? And your notes make no sense. Surfing the 20-day at the end. You anticipated. This is why I don't anticipate stuff. And why do you buy it? There's no setup there. And it's not surfing the 20-day. It's surfing the 10-day. Dude. What the hell, man? No. Big no. BBW. 14th of June. Again. Not a setup there. Look at the wideness of the previous day. ETNR. 14th. Again, like, why are you buying something like this? Look at the wideness of the previous day. Look for nice and tight, not wide and loose. This is not a setup. It didn't even break the previous day's highs. It never even had a breakout. Why are you anticipating these breakouts that never happened? Don't anticipate. Guys, if you're gonna anticipate, it really needs to be something special. And you know, if you haven't made like a few million in trading yet, you don't know what's really special. So don't anticipate. What's this? 15. Again, what are you doing? Wait for the ranges to develop. This is just some random stock having a random day, guys. You're gonna blow up. You're gonna bleed out. 15. Let's see. Now this was a good setup. You know, like a 4-star setup, 3.5. It had a big move. It was really a gap up and fade, pulled back, found support on the 10-day, started building higher lows. On the 60-minute, you can see it a little bit better. They had this range, and once that, you know, on this candle here, that would have been the breakout. Let's see, what's your entry? BCTX 578. Again, you're kind of anticipating things. You bought it before it even took out the previous day's highs. There's no need to do it. I mean, no, don't do it. Stop with this anticipation bullshit. The correct entry would have been around in the 6 area, low 6s maybe. I would say 6 area. Once it took out the highs of the intraday highs, and also it wasn't like a really great setup to begin with. It is going higher, yes, but it was like a 3.5 star. All right, that's that. No, the day you get in is day 0, so the next day is day 1, but it doesn't matter, you know. Do it whatever they want. I mean, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Like, do you want it to count as day 0 or day 1? It doesn't make a big difference. If you get the big things right, the small details, they won't matter. They won't matter. You catch, you know, a few of these per quarter. All of these other bullshit things, they won't matter. Oh, I should have put 25% of my count in this thing instead of 20%. Or, oh, you know, this or that, this is what it's all about. You get the big things right, you can make a lot of tiny mistakes, or, things don't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter if the previous day is green or, you know, look at the overall range and the tightness of the past few days. It doesn't always have to be tight, but in that case, the range has to be something special. YRD, I mean, it looks decent on a 60. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. But I prefer better flags, you know, like a bit longer, where the moving averages are caught up most of the time. Palantir, yeah, very good. It undercut the 10-day, made another higher low. It's building a base, and also on the weekly, it has this week. Yeah, like I'm very bullish going into the summer. There's so many things like software tech stocks that are, and you know, semiconductors, etc., that made big moves last year and early this year, and now they've been basing for like 3, 4, 5 months. Some have already kind of broken out, but there's a lot of them just waiting to make explosive moves. There's a lot of them. It's hard, as long as they're staying in higher ends of their ranges. You know, it's hard to be bearish or, you know, anything like that. Like AMD made a big move. This thing has been going up for years and years. You know, on the weekly, look at this. CrowdStrike already broke out. A little bit of a sloppy range. Not super tight. Shopify broke out. Look at this. This thing, I was it yesterday. I didn't buy it. Right? SC broke out. A little bit of a sloppy range. Well, which are the beautiful ones? I can't even remember them right now. I have alerts on them. Net broke out of a nice range. Multi-month range. Oh, Carvana is one. This one. Just look at this. Holy shit, it looks good. And it's starting to tighten up on the daily too. Surfing the 20-day. Very good. Doku broke out of a sloppy range. That's a hard one. MDB is a hard one. Damn, which are the good ones? I can't even remember. I have alerts set. My memory is so bad. Yeah, Nvidia was one. Sloppy base too, but it, you know, it's a leader. Well, the one, the Pan W. Now, obviously, it's a very low ADR, but this is like a 5-star chart on the weekly, man. It's so beautiful. Bill is another one. Square is kind of building. Needs to tighten up a little bit. Roku one. It got rejected on declining 20 weekly, but I think, you know, in a week or two, it could be setting up again, and if it needs to break over this 367, 368 area, that would be nice. MU is building a base. Palantir is one. Snow is another one. Looks great on the weekly if it can reclaim that 255 area. AMAT and LRCX look amazing, especially on both weekly and daily. Snapchat looks amazing. Look at this range. Like, it's beautiful. Just needs to break out. It's gonna go to 100. Futu. Oh my god, it almost stopped me out. Futu looked great until it got slammed back into the range. Wait, ASXE. Ideally a few more days, but yeah, it looks pretty decent. Had a nice little linear uptrend. It's doubled, more than doubled, pulled back, found support on a 10-day, surfing the 10-day, now it's tightening up. A few more days would be ideal. This thing has made a big move earlier this year, so we know this thing can make explosive moves. Especially this flag here was beautiful. Oh, too thin for me, but man. And this is 5 stars. You can clearly see on the, look at how tight it got in 60 minutes, and then it had this range breakout. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And a fairly tight day, not super tight, but in this case, you know, it was a very high momentum stock. And it had been going south for like 2 weeks, building this little base, and you know, it's all about finding a few per quarter. You know, it doubled in what, 4 days, 3 days. That's great. This thing needs a few more days now. It doesn't have as much momentum this time around, but yeah, a few more days. One that I'm personally getting excited about is AHT. 2-3 days of sideways, tightening up. So 20-day can catch up. Oh man, this one you can do 1 million shares, no problem. It's that liquid. NGMS, what's that? Needs a few more days. I don't think it's no, it's not great. You think about it today? No, I don't think so. I think the 20-day needs to catch up this time around. This thing had some pretty good setups down here. Breakout. Had a breakout here, but it was kind of red candle on that breakout day, so that kind of ruined it. But yeah, it went straight up. But yeah, I mean, you know, obviously it's too bad it closed near the lows this day, but if you ignore this day, just look at the setup quality. This is what you want to look at, okay? Just make a habit of drawing these triangles, okay? If you can't draw a triangle, the setup is shit. If there isn't a range and higher lows, the setup is shit. It's easy as that. Move on. I mentioned Carvana before. It looks great. This thing looks like a rocket launch site. This needs to break out. Lower ADR, but you know, this thing made a huge move last year and early this year. Went up almost 1400%, and now it's been digesting the move over the past, pretty much almost 7 months, 6.5 months or something. 60-minute flags? No, it's too short. And there's nothing special about it. Sometimes I trade flags on the 60-minute if there's really special, like a really huge momentum stock. BKxEXSgh3uE, not a huge momentum stock. PGNY, ADR 3.4. I mean, setup itself looks pretty decent, but ADR 3.4, that's the problem. No TV. I have a TV. Oh man, this is wide and loose. No. This is not a stock you want to trade. This is not a trading stock. No. Focus on explosive moves. Look at the prior move on the flagpole, guys. You really, you know, most of you really, you know, would do better if you just rewatch the swing trading school videos. You want the previous move needs to be big, okay? It needs to be explosive. Those are the ones you want to focus on, not some random stuff like this. Yeah, it's made a big move over the past 8 months, but that's, you know, it's not a trading stock. It's a choppy one. It's been reverting. You want explosive stocks. You want to focus on elite stocks, okay? The only way to have elite results is focusing on elite stocks. Now, this is what I talk about elite stock. Now, this guy gets it, okay? Big previous move. 170% in 2 sessions. Pull back. Found support on a rising 10. It's been surfing the rising 10, building higher lows, and now it's tightening the range. Look at this pattern. It's called a triangle. Now this is an elite stock. If you want to find a stock that has the potential to make a 50% move or a 100% move, you will get it on a stock that has tripled in a few days in the previous, you know, few weeks or months. You're not gonna get it on a stock that just keeps grinding slowly higher. Okay, it's a numbers game, it's an odds game. Now this is a good setup. This is fucking beautiful. It reminds me about LEDS a month back. LEDS, beautiful. Big previous move. 265% in 3 days. Orderly pullback. Found support on 10-day. Okay? Look at this. This is a triangle. Tightening range. Range expansion. Okay? And look at the move it did. Okay? It went up 263% in the next 2 weeks or something. Okay? How do you find a move like this? You're not gonna find a breakout of 263% on a stock like, I mean, look at some of the suggestions I've gotten lately. Like no TV. The previous move was 20%, not even 20%. What more? SGMS, another, it's a grinder. Okay, 35%. I don't, these things are very like sluggish, okay? It went up 35% in what, a month? It's not an explosive stock. Focus on the superstars. Beyond Meat, this is the one I'm tracking, okay? I'm really excited about this one. I think another 1 or 2 days of tightening range, I'm gonna go full retard on it. Look at this. It went up. This is a large cap, or a mid cap. It went up 46% in a week. Okay, that's an explosive move, especially for being a mid cap. Okay, does it matter than the weekly? No, forget about weekly charts. You guys don't need to pay attention to the weekly charts. Don't worry about the weekly charts until you get to 10 plus million. Then you can start worrying about it. No, focus on the daily chart. Focus on 1 month, 3 month and 6 month momentum. That's where you're gonna focus on the strongest stocks across those 3 time frames. The 1%, the elite. I feel like a lot of people learned the wrong lesson. The guys that bought it, 10, 10, 50, 11, after I said it was a great setup, they were rewarded. The chases were rewarded with a 200% plus move. I feel like a lot of people may have learned no lesson on that. They got rewarded for the wrong type of behavior. Oh man. Yeah, yep. Now this is better one. This thing doubled in like a week, and it chopped around, and now it's surfing the 10 day. A few more days, it's gonna be a great setup. This is, yeah, beautiful. Oh, it's the same sector as U1. It's these black banks. Yeah, it's the same sector, yeah. U1E. Guys, if you follow the trailing sell rule, the 10-day moving average rule, you should still be in half or 2/3 of your position. And look at this. Look at the move it made. This is why you trail. You need a few per quarter. You don't need to catch them all. You just need a few. And you're going to double, triple your account. Quadruple. Every single year. You don't need to trade every day, every week, every month. Or okay, you probably need to trade every month. But and you're probably going to trade every week. But you definitely don't need to trade every day. That's a lesson I'm still trying to learn. But I'm a slow learner. And you guys can do much better. Like the threshold to have better returns than me, it's not that high. It really is not. There's no way I'm gonna opt out of two-factor authentication. There's no fucking way. You never turn two-factor off, guys. Pro tip. Wherever you can, turn it on. Never opt out. That's a loser move. No. Never. Whenever there's two-factor authentication available, you enable it.